Hello, I'm Colin Foley. This is my reflective journal number 8. It is spring break. And for part 1 of my journal, we are going to talk about promoting athletic training in the National Athletic Training Association slogan, which is "Your protection is our priority." How does this promote AT and what makes it significant for you? So, athletic training, if you just talk to any um, college athlete, just college student, then most likely just refer you to as a trainer. And it hurts because an athletic trainer is much different than a trainer. A trainer um, most likely works at a gym or works at a YMCA that helps you get fit. Yes, we do that in some aspects, but that is not our main priority. Um, an athletic trainer is someone who is there for athletes, prevention, rehabilitation, treating, building relationships between our athletes and coaches to make the best atmosphere and the safest and healthiest atmosphere in which we can work in, the coaches can work in, that athletes can train and practice and play games in. So that's our job. It's a lot. Um, there's a lot of differences between a trainer and an athletic trainer. So let's talk about the slogan of the NATA in 2017, which is "Your protection is our priority." So your protection would be the athletic trainers' protection to the athletes, whether that is checking a field before going out and having a game on that, or anything from making sure that your modalities that are used are up to date and recertified, so you don't accidentally electrocute someone. So your protection, the athlete's protection, is our main priority as athletic trainers. That is our job. So if we don't do our job, we get sued. Things tort, negligence, nonfeasance, just things like that. And that's our main priority as athletic trainers. Plenty of athletic trainers can do the basics: get water, tape some ankles, let's stretch you. But the bottom line, as we look at studies, um, epidemiologies, like we just talked about in class, um, changing the way sports are, the way shoes are, the way a floor is, looking at those statistics, that is really how we can protect our athletes. Let's say there's a high increase in ACL tears. Well, let's look at the three variables. It's like, wow, okay. Well, X, Y, and Z um, makes for an increase in ACL tears. So we're going to modify that. We're going to change that texture on the floor. We're going to change the rules so we have the safest environment because we don't want our athletes to get hurt. So how do you promote athletic training? Well, the NFL had a commercial that promoted athletic training and said, we need to have athletic trainers at every high school. So we should promote this by just informing the public, educating coaches, the government about how important athletic trainers are. I know, for instance, one of our preceptors covers over 4 high schools. Yes, there's not as many high schools as like the Hampton Roads area. There's not as many students and student athletes that go there, but the priority for students and their safety is still there. I know Western Branch. I had 2 athletic trainers for our 500 athletes. Um, that's not as many. That's more than the amount of athletes that are at Emory and Henry. Um, so to put it in perspective, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 just athletic trainers that are certified, and then we have 3 others that um, teach the profession that are also certified. Just to put that little in perspective. So we need to really promote athletic training to make sure that we are able to protect our priorities, which is our athletes, the adequate treatment, the on care, sideline care, making sure everyone is doing what they're supposed to. So, the last topic, what makes it significant for you? Well, I know just talking to my friends, they're like, oh, you're a trainer. I'm like, no, I'm an athletic trainer. So, what's different? And I have to go on a long spiel about how it's different. I'm like, oh, okay. So, I would like to somehow, in the slogan and how to promote athletic training, just educate the general public to stop hating on our profession or our major and show others how important we really are. My friends, I mean, it's crazy to think in 10 years they might have kids, and then 5 years later, they could be at an athletic event, and I might be their athletic trainer, and then I'll be significant. But just like the overall respect, educating coaches, players of what we actually do would be important. So as always, we're gonna wrap up my journal with talking about masteries and attempts. So it was the last week before spring break, we started going over the elbow. We already did the elbow, and we're getting into the wrist. So we just went over basic range of motion. So that is 4 attempts, pending mastery in my practical, and we did 3 medium muscle tests, which are practically special tests for the wrist and hand. So looking forward to get those knocked out. At this rate, I am on a good track. I just still have to get some of those signatures down, but I think I could technically finish my clinical book within a week and a half. For the minimum required masteries. Yes, I'll still work on it, as it's good review. So yeah, that wraps up this week's journal. Stay tuned to next.